Oh, what an adventure! Get lost with Google Maps. Good afternoon everybody. How are we today? Alright, I'm building my wife a pivoting light fixture for above the sink. Let's go out and have a quick look at the camper so you can see what I'm talking about. Basically, the light fixture is going to drop down into two big rings that I'll show you in a minute, and it will come up here about that high. Now that will allow her to put it above her cooking area, pivot it to have light in the camper trailer, or pivot it back across to the back of the trailer, or even out to that side of the trailer. Okay, so it's we're going to make the most use we can out of that light. Now that was the big light. I think that was over $100, $128 or something for that light. Okay, now it's all going to be fold up and collapsible. Now, okay, these bits of poles here and that one there, they're off those twist lock tent poles that all collapsed on me, because they've only got a thin bit of plastic inside that twists, and if you get any wind or something like that, that's the end of them. Well, that's my experiences with them. Okay, so over here we've got these two. These are the two eyes that they're going to pivot on. They're the bolts that's going to hold it, and that's all M10. Okay, M10 by 30 those bolts are, and these are M10 nuts. These are called eye nuts. Okay, eye nuts. I bought two of them. They're stainless steel for the kitchen, and I only needed one 10mm washer, or 3/8 suits 3/8 or 10mm. So because I absolutely am out of them, so I just bought a packet of them, and these are going to be the fixings for the hinge I'm building. Now the hinge I'm building is going to just be a simple right angle hinge with one pivot point up here, and you'll see when I'm finished. Now these two plastic washers and this little locking hinge, which is going to, when it's open, it's going to just lock it open so it can't collapse. Okay, they're salvaged off chair furniture, camping chairs. Whenever I'm throwing something out because it's broken or collapsed and it's got good furniture like this on it, okay, I take that furniture off and put it in my shed, because when I'm doing little projects like this, a lot of this furniture, which is quite well built, comes in very handy. So I'm going to knock this all together, and this is the light we're using, this one, and it just clips on, whoops, it'll just clip on that one there. Okay, and if that turns out too small, they do have a bigger one, which is why I've left that top pole quite long. I can just buy the bigger light, alright, if need be. But this is what I'm up to. It's just going to be a pivot arm for lighting. There's nothing else going to be on it, so it doesn't have to be too strong. But the thing to it is, when you're finished with it, with the light on it, or not, depending on what light we're using, it will just all fold up like that, and sit under the sink. It will all fold up on these pivots, you see. I'm just going to pivot it through there like that, and it'll pivot on the last hole on that one there. Now there's two, so there's going to be one on top and one on the bottom. Okay, and that's just going to be the pivot point. Okay, so proof of concept, that's what it looks like. All right, now when it folds out, can you hold this camera for me for a minute? Just focus, just hold it on that hinge up there. Okay, now when it folds out, it just folds out. When you got it up, you just push that up and that locks it into place. And that's your light bracket. When you want to put it away, yeah, fold it, and then it fits underneath the sink. Now what we've got to do is just go and put the eye bolts in, or the eye nuts, they're actually called, sorry, in above the sink where it's all going to go, and that's it. Okay, so basically there's a light bar all in there like that, okay, right above where she wants to cook. Now I had to put this because I could only get this size eye nut or one that was too small. I got the slightly bigger one, which means I've got to have the bottom slightly off center so it's snug in there and stands up nice and straight. Now the beauty of this is, okay, she can have it here when she's cooking, all right, she can swivel it so it's over in there if she wants to do something in her in the pantry. This is the pantry here after dark, and or if we're sitting on that side and we need light over there, we can put it over there like that, okay, and it just basically swings around to where you want it. So this just plugs in and this stays permanent, and I showed you how to put it, how it all goes, pulls apart. It's a really simple thing to build.